truth. It hurts to say I'm gonna pack up my bags and I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna split, I can't stand it. I'm gonna give it up and quit and ain't never coming back. But before I get to going, I got to say, I know you used to love me, but that was yesterday. And the truth, I won't fight it. When the love starts burning, you got to do what's right. Oh, lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. Oh, lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. Well, the truth, it hurts to say, I'm gonna pack up my bags and I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna stay, I can't stand it. I'm gonna give it up and quit it, ain't never coming back. But before I get it going, I got to say, I know you used to love me, but that was yesterday. And the truth, I won't fight it. When the love starts burning, you got to do what's right. Before I get to going, I got to say, there was a time, oh woman, when you used to shake it for me. But now, all you do is you treat me cold. Ain't gonna take it no more, gonna walk out that door. Lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. When I went lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. Begging you don't treat me right, oh woman. Lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. Hey baby, I'm walking out the door. You don't treat me no good no more.
Hi folks, welcome to Disability Landscape. I'm Mark Knudsen. Once again, we have another musical edition. And as usual with the musical edition, my co-host is To Be So Roan. To Be So, welcome.
Hey Mark, how's it going?
So what's happening in the world of To Be So right now? Anything going on?
Yeah, I guess one update I can talk about. There is a great musician in town. His name is Gabriel Roderick.
Right.
And
Yep.
he is, I heard through the grapevine, I believe he's going to be doing a songwriting workshop at what's called Sacred Grounds Coffee House. I know you can you look up Sacred Grounds Coffee House on Facebook.
Okay.
And I believe it's November 18th.
I think that is correct. I think I just saw that yesterday also, that he's doing a songwriting workshop.
Yeah, so that's really, I'm sure, going to be awesome and super exciting. Yeah, Gabe's amazing. So he's been on the show before, of course.
Okay. Well, let's get to our guest who started the show off with a song, and let me introduce you to Earle Harrison, correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. I was like, come on now, Mark. I think you got the name right. Now, Earle, your disability, you are, what's your disability?
Get it right now.
Yeah. Blind, visually impaired.
Bingo, blind.
Blind.
We just kind of call it what it is.
What it is. And then the first song that you had just played for us, could you just talk a little bit about the title and what that is?
You know, it's a very meaningful song with two chords, and I know both of them.
Okay.
It's called Lover, You Don't Treat Me No Good No More. And it's actually, I first heard it decades ago, back in the 90s, from a band that I've kind of lost track of called Sonyo Dada. Have you ever heard of those guys? They're a great band, very unique band.
Can't say I have.
No, yeah.
Later on in life, like fast forward to like 5 years ago, There was a country artist whose name escapes me who redid it. So it kind of inspired me to do it. And just before I go on, that song came about during a move. So I was moving to a new house, and my drums were packed away in a pod, and not in the front either, in the way back. And
As
I
usual.
wanted to do this song, so I pulled up some scraggly items out of the closet there. I had a djembe, and I had a Peruvian drum and a tambourine, and that's all the percussion you heard in that song, in addition to my bass and backup vocals and guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, and so on that song, was hearing the vocals and the different instruments. So this is you playing everything?
I am playing 100% of what you heard, and I do all the mixing and the post-production stuff. It's kind of my version of golf. Some people golf. I sit around and I make music all day.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. How long have you been playing music?
How long have you been alive?
Yeah, 35 years.
35 years? I've been making music probably longer than that.
Yeah,
Probably
nice.
10 years longer than that.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
How did you get well, I guess we should first start. Were you born with your disability, or?
yes, actually, I was
Okay.
actually born. It's a congenital condition called retinitis pigmentosa, or RP.
RP, okay.
The non-PC word is a ret pig. Hey, you're a ret pig. Retinitis pigmentosa, and that is a congenital condition that's characterized by night blindness and tunnel vision. It has to do with the rods and cones, and basically it starts out. I've never had vision at night. I used to ride bikes and follow the taillights of the cars on the street.
Okay.
I could see the lights, but I could not see in the dark at all, hardly.
Okay.
But then it's tunnel vision, so it over time just kind of closes the tunnel to
it
the point
does.
where it's like, wow, what a relief, that's finally done. So I'm totally blind now,
Okay.
because when you're dealing with tunnel vision, you get what are called phantom images and things that you think you see in your mind's eye but aren't really there. So
I've never even heard of that. I've heard of phantom pain,
Right.
But I didn't realize that you can also have phantom images.
yeah, we all have this thing called a brain that can trick us into just about anything.
Oh wow!
Right.
So it's just images you think you're seeing,
Right.
but that you actually are not seeing.
That's right. Now, if I see something in my mind's eye, I know it's not there because I can't see.
Now it's okay.
Kind of strange.
When did you? Well, so then, how old were you when you started getting involved with the music and that?
When I was, 10 years old, I was at a pizza place, and they had this decrepit old piano in the corner, and I don't know if it was the owner of the establishment being nice and saying, "Hey, you want a piano?" or saying, "Hey, let's get this thing out of here so this kid stops coming around." But I started out there, and then my sister got a guitar for Christmas one year, and she quickly abandoned it, and I came along and absconded with it, and she didn't care a bit. And before you know it, I had drums and bass and keyboards. I would do whatever I can to get my next musical instruments, such as they were.
Okay.
Sure. Awesome. So I see some interesting devices that I'm really curious about in front of you. What do you got there?
Well, okay, so I've got a couple of devices here, and one of them actually is my onstage companion that helps me fire my backing tracks, because I use a program on a computer called Reaper. It's a multi-tracking program, and it's cheap. It's like $60, and it does a lot of stuff, and the most important, of course, is multi-tracking. And so I can do everything from laying down the tracks to, so I've got for example, a 5-piece acoustic kit set up in my house, always mic'd up, and I can just go and lay down a drum part, and then go back and lay down the bass, and go back and lay down the guitar and the keyboards, whatever the song calls for.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done with it all, I just bump it over to this guy here. It's called a Braille Sense. It's basically an Android Braille tablet, And if you can see, you've got a Braille keyboard here.
Wow.
And we've got, the Braille dots come up here. So I can take this and connect it, much like we've got it connected here, to my PA system.
Already gone in Hotel California tracks.
Okay, here already gone in
236
Hotel
list item.
California. There's a couple of Eagles tunes that I've got transitioned, segued together.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And or if I go up here,
A long train running in China Grove.
I've got a long
tracks,
train running in China
MP136
Grove.
list item.
Another pair of songs that I've recorded live and real time. And I can do this all without the benefit of speech because I can actually turn off the speech.
Voice off.
It says voice off. And now if I want to go to play a song by the Commodores, for example,
Okay.
called Easy, I just press the enter key. And it's playing.
Wow, that is.
And I'm generally
Amazing.
playing guitar along with it, or keyboards, depending.
Now that Braille that on that your fingers are on top of, that's changing, right? Because that's
Yes.
live, changing to what the.
Yeah, that's how I'm reading the music. And
That's how you read the music. Then okay.
this Android tablet is amazing. I actually happen to work for HIMS Incorporated, the company that manufactures this device, and it's so
Okay.
fun to have this device not only on stage, but to help students around the country who are blind really compete academically on an even ground, because this baby has your word processor, the web browser, Google search abilities, wiki search, podcast.
So it has that. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Everything
Yeah.
that it even has a graphing calculator. So
Okay.
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean, if I type an algebraic equation in here, I can actually bring that into a graphing calculator, and then the sighted teacher that I might be working with just can access it visually.
Yeah.
So it is a very it's got a lot of uses.
Right. Yeah, because I thought it was interesting because the bottom part, like I just mentioned, where the Braille part is, that's constantly changing
Yeah.
to whatever the text is on the screen then.
So where the multimedia stuff is concerned, I can actually play it. And if there's a section in the song I want to jump to, these are called cursor routing buttons. In the context of a word processor, they would take me to a place in my document where I might want to carry out an editing task, but in the case of music, I can actually shuttle the different sections of the song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So how long have you had this device for? I mean, when did this thing come around? I can't imagine it's been around forever.
Oh, this is a newer iteration, but the line is called Braille Sense. And the
Okay.
company is based out of Korea. HIMS International is a subsidiary of Selvus Healthcare, which is actually on the Korean stock market. And we are in the U.S. side of that. So it's been around. They've been around since 1999, I want to say. I got my first one of these devices back in 2005.
Okay.
Sure.
So now, the one that you're currently touching, what's the piece above you then? Or
Oh yeah, this one here. This is called it's just a Braille.
yeah, you want
Braille
to
display.
hold that up so they can maybe get a shot of it with
Sure.
the camera.
What does it remind you of?
Keyboard.
That does look like a keyboard.
Ding
yep.
ding ding. We've got winner over here. It is basically if you think of a laptop keyboard, and you take away all the letters and the numbers on the laptop keyboard, and in their place put this Braille keyboard, we still have all the extended QWERTY keys like the escape, the function keys, your 6-pack, your arrow keys. So say, for example, a person who maybe is just learning Braille, they know how to use a computer keyboard, so they already know a lot of these types of commands.
Okay.
So there's no training involved. You just use the same commands when it's connected to a computer or your phone, where you can connect it to multiple things: a Mac, a Windows PC, iPhone, Android phone, anything you can think of. Probably you can connect this to and get Braille output. So this is also has some note-taking features, and it is actually a really nice book reader as well, if you'd like to sit and read
Oh, it
books on
does?
Braille.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So It's I use that at my desk all day, every day.
So the piece that you just put down, that's more like a typical keyboard computer.
Yeah, except it's a Braille keyboard instead of
A Braille keyboard, right?
Yeah, instead of an alphanumeric keyboard.
And the bottom piece, the one that's closest to you.
This is more like think of it as an Android tablet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because
Yeah.
they both have their appropriate shapes, like
Yeah.
you would say. The one closest to you does look like a tablet, where the other one is a keyboard. But
Yeah.
I just find it interesting, the Braille part of it, how the little bumps pop up too.
Man, I tell you, nobody does Braille better than this company.
Really?
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so what's the name of the company again?
It's called Hymns Incorporated.
Okay, and they're a national company, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, Hymns Incorporated is actually based out of Austin, Texas.
Oh, they are.
So,
Okay.
here in the United States. Yeah.
And they have more. Do they have besides these two products? Do they have some other products?
Yeah, we also have digital book readers as well as low vision products like magnification systems for people who are maybe not lost all their vision. They've got enough where they can read the newspaper and things like that with some help. So we've got some products along those lines as well.
Okay.
So being, this technology seems like a bit of a game changer and things like that in
man.
terms of the, producing your music and playing your music. But I guess one question I like to consider is, being a person who's blind or however you term it, would you say that has any type of influence in your music?
And I was once told as a younger person that my being a musician and being blind more or less epitomized the stereotype. It perpetuated the stereotype of what it is to be blind. And then she said this in front of a bunch of people, and all I had to say to her was, well, what if I were sighted? It doesn't change who I am. I'd still be a musician. Would that be okay?
Yeah, right. Right.
So she felt a little silly about that, perpetuating the stereotype. Well, here's perpetuating the stereotype. It's just like if you feel it in your soul, and you live it, you breathe it, you feel it, then it's real. And whether you're blind or not, that's I got to tell you, I know some really crummy blind musicians.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
We can talk after.
Oh yeah, I won't mention any names, but
No, that's beautiful though. That's why I hear people refer to it as the what is it? The language of the universe.
yes,
the music,
universal language.
Yeah, the universal language. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Because I assume you enjoy creating original songs then too.
I did, and I had some really fun encounters with some famous people, but they never took any of my songs and made me a millionaire, unfortunately.
Oh.
And I was always so crummy at the business side of music that, in fact, I wanted to meet Stevie Wonder when I was younger, and his manager is like, well, his former manager, Earle, you're one of thousands of kids who want to meet Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
So fast forward 30 years, and what do you know? I'm sitting on a couch having a conversation with Stevie Wonder.
What?
About technology, not about music. We've
actually-
crossed paths on a few occasions since
Oh, you
then.
have?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Oh,
because he's a real
interesting.
tech guy, He likes to have it all. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He definitely can. Yeah.
he's a good guy.
Afford to do it in that. So we've got about a minute and a half remaining. I guess one thing just quickly I would like to talk about is there any etiquette or proper ways, interacting with someone who is blind, visually impaired?
I tell you what not to do. Don't honk your horn at me when you see me on the street, because I don't know who you are. But if you do want to assist somebody who looks like they might be having some challenges crossing the street or finding their way, and it's obvious that they're having a hard time, you don't know where that person is in life. You don't know. Some people chew your head off. Some people say, "Oh yeah, you could. I would love to get some help." But always ask. That's
Yeah.
really what it comes down to. Just
I
say,
agree, yeah.
can I give you some assistance? And if the answer is no, respect that. And don't say, I've had people say, you're going the wrong way when they have no idea where I'm actually going.
Yeah,
So-
right.
No, actually, I'm going the right way. You're going the wrong way. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Awesome.
If people want to get a hold of you or anything, do you have a contact or something?
Yeah, I have my name is Earle Harrison. It's E-A-R-L-E at the end. Harrison. And I've got a very clever email address. Ready for it?
Yep.
harrisonearle@gmail.com. So
There you go.
that's,
There we go.
that's the best way to get a hold of me, I think.
Okay, well, great. Well, Tabicio, once again, thank you for joining us here. And we are going to finish off the show with your song. Earle, what is it again, your second song?
Well, the second song I'm going to do is called I Can Only Imagine. And
Okay.
it's by a band called Mercy Me. And it's just a quick backstory behind that song is that this time last year, actually probably a couple weeks down the road here last year, I lost my brother to COVID-19.
Okay.
4 days later, I lost him on November 14th, and 4 days later I was in the hospital myself on November 18th, where I would remain for the next 10 weeks until January 27th. 3 of which were on a vent with less than a 50% chance of survival. The song I actually sang later on after we were able to get our family from around the country to attend my brother's service.
Okay.
And it really has to do with not just the memory of the Creator who gave it all for us, but it's to really underscore the fact that when I was in the hospital, I remembered my faith. And when you have faith, you are never afraid.
Okay. And once again, the song is
I Can Only Imagine.
I Can Only Imagine by Earle Harrison. Thank you for joining us on Disability Landscape.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
All right.
I can only imagine what it will be like when I'm standing by your side. I can only imagine just what my eyes will see when your face is upon me. I can only imagine. Yeah. Surrounded by your glory, what will my fear? Will I dance for you, Jesus? And all you be still? Will I stand in your presence? If I kneel, will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak it all? I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. when all I can do is forever worship you. I can only imagine